All right, let's see who we got in the building. Vernon, did you get your sticker? Should have been there. Came out the other day. Sent it out to you. Making sure everybody got what they need for the giveaway bike. That's in the background. I'll be there in a second. Square Biz, what's happening? Hurley Long, what's happening, brother? Appreciate you always showing up. Yeah, I think I was a little late today. Had some camera issues, but we got a lot to talk about, and we're gonna get into it for pretty soon. Let's let some more people jump on here before I start talking. If you see already off to the side, I got some parts for sale, especially if I know that a lot of you guys tend to, Vernon, I got you. It's coming, trust me. You might end up getting 2 stickers. Just got to make sure I take care of the guys. Everything is going to be there. Oh man, I want to set this stuff up for you guys so you can see what is going to be for sale if you are looking for parts. And I'll Baja Design lights, Street Glide, Road King parts. If you're looking for parts, hit me up on Instagram. I'll get them to you. Something different we got up here that I got custom made that I could get to you guys as well. We'll talk about that. How's the audio? How's the visual? Everything good? Before we start rapping. Let me see who else we got. Robert, what's going on, brother? Free Smoke 911. I'll get to you in a second. I see you got a question. Pino Cycles, I got you. What's up, brother? Let's wait for a few more people to get in here so we can talk. There's a mosquito in my garage, and I'm gonna get him pretty soon. Got the AC on in the garage finally. Rick Baker in the building. If you haven't gotten stickers, guys, if you haven't entered the giveaway for Bipolar, make sure you do. It's coming down to it. You know, we got about 19 more days. Get yourself some tickets, some tickets, because I want this bike to really go to one of you guys rather than it go to somebody who is not gonna know the history behind the bike like you guys do. If you're looking at this wheel, this is a 17-inch front wheel. If you are building a race bike or you're thinking about doing race bike things with your hood rat friends, that's a wheel you need. That is a Prodigy wheel. Inner hub, so it's not the old school style. Matter of fact, my bikes don't have the outer hub, but this is an inner hub wheel. Be good for somebody who's building a race bike, guys. Let's wait till the guys get in here. So what suspension do you recommend for the 24 and up? Have a 25 Raven Fade Road Glide, and it's stock. I hate to tell you this. The Öhlins suspension has been really kicking butt with the new bikes. Mind you, they have 2 different ones. I'm not too familiar, but I know there are 2. There's a Screaming Eagle version, the Harley Screaming Eagle version, and then you have the Öhlins version, and they're both expensive, but I got some buddies who have the Öhlins version front and rear with the piggybacks, and from what I'm hearing, it's the way to go. So I know there's a guy on here, Rick Baker. He has a nice setup on his. He has a CVO as well. He has a nice setup on his with the suspension. So if you got questions, reach out to him. I mean, we're all in here now. He'll be able to tell you which one it is. But it's up there. Other than that, you know, you can always go Legends. I mean, it's not in the same ballpark, but, you know, it's more for just sit back, chill, and cruise. Remember, I'm in Florida, so when you guys ask me about some things, some parts, I go Florida-based. You know, I go off of, we have flat roads, no big hills, no big curves. I mean, we might have a curve every now and then, but it's nothing crazy that you need a killer suspension for. That mosquito. There's nothing crazy that you need a super duper suspension for, you know, tall 2+, up 2 in the front and up 1 in the back. We don't really have that. We're not knee dragging around here. We're just looking for comfort, but some guys like the aesthetic of it. So that's just what that is. But like I said, reach out to those guys and they'll probably be able to help you out. Just going through the messages right now. Peter Johnson in the building. Ironically, Igor. And that does say Igor. I know I can read. It does say Igor. What's up, brother? Everybody's in the building. We're going to wait. I'm sure it's going to liven up in a little bit. Real quick, if you do have a Street Glide or a Road King and you're looking to build it, I do have parts that I have taken off my personal bike, my Road King, Baja Design S1 lights, which are super, super bright. Don't ask me if they're DOT approved because I'm not going to tell you. Along with the brackets for it. Expensive. Guys, trust me, expensive, but I'm giving a good deal on these. If you want them, I really don't want to separate. I'd rather somebody buy all three because I have guys asking me to separate and I don't want to separate. And then we do have the LP6 Light Killer. Mind you, only had this in the bike. I don't even know if I had it in the bike a full year. But let me see. I got you guys. I got you. Up for sale. I'll ship it to you. No big deal. 17-inch front wheel for you race guys. Brand new, never even installed, never used. And the bars off my Road King. Now, if you've been paying attention to my videos, especially the vlog day videos, you'll see the Road King every now and then in the background and getting some work done. These are very comfortable bars. These are 1.5 inch bars. They're not too beat up. I mean, they could use a little powder coating. If you want, reach out to me. This is glue. This isn't scraped up from anything, but they could also, you know, be cleaned up a little bit. They were on the bike for about a year, I'll say that. And perfect. Nothing crazy, no moving. Very, very good bars. So don't forget, guys, I have bars for a lot of other bikes as well. Mini pullback, that's what that is. I can get you bigger pullback. I can get you a good deal on all that stuff. You got to hit me on Instagram, though. I can't really get into it on YouTube because I'm not, you know, quote unquote, really trying to get in that business. It's just the guys who ask me, I want to be able to hook you guys up. I know how it is to want something and can't get it, but at the same time, I'll hook you up. So let's see what we got. Peter Johnson, Curtis Hoke in the building. How's it going, Mac? I hope all is good. Everything's good, brother. Everything's good. When am I going to, Peter Johnson said, when am I going to Daytona? I'll be doing a burn and turn February the 28th. So that's that first Saturday. And then I will be going back the next weekend, which is the 6th through the 8th. I'm almost 100% sure I'm going that weekend. Only one thing that can throw me off, but I'm not sure how that's going to go. But yeah, 6th through the 8th, I will be doing a ride, and I will be doing a ride while we're there. We're going to do a few things. So if you don't have Instagram, I will try to post on YouTube, which it doesn't blast it as easy as Instagram does, guys. So always try and check out my story on Instagram, and that'll give you a little bit better update on where I'm at and where I'm going to. Let's see what we got. Hunter J1C, what's the best seat for a Gen 3 Road Glide? What's a Gen 3 Road Glide? I only thought we had Gen 2s. I'll come back to that in a second. Peter Johnson said, how about the wheels? What wheels we talking about, Peter Johnson? Because I don't sell any wheels. The wheels that are on the Road Glide, if you're talking about the wheels that were on the Road King, the front is already gone. There is a rear wheel on it that will be coming off shortly, but it's a 17-inch rear wheel. Guys, if you like the stance on my bikes, I run 17s in the rear. This is a 17 in the front that was supposed to go as a matching set with that bike, but we figured out a different direction for it, so that's that. Zeta Kappa 8519. Okay, what's happening, brother? What's your Daytona dates, Mag? Yep, 6th through the 8th. And that burn and turn that first weekend. So I'll be up and down. Should have got that shirt in white. Got it yesterday with the hat. They make this in white? Shit. I got the orange one. I got another black one, the new design. Man, I always keep up on that stuff. That's just me. Man, if we're going to ride the Daytona in your events, I got you. I got you. Can you get some of those BHC carbon fiber wheels with the 21 in the front for the 25 CVO for a discount? I don't have a discount code, man. You know what you do? You go to ChatGPT. Hey, any discount codes for Brock Performance, and it'll shoot it in there. I know a lot of those guys, like if you guys follow Chris Moore, he's a sport bike guy. He does a lot of drag racing on sport bikes. He has a code. That's just one that I could think of off the top of my head, and use his code over there because I think he might get like 5% off. So it might knock something off the shipping or something like that. But that's 21 on my bike. I don't know if you guys can really see it, and I'm sure it looks a little bit bigger because I did lower the front suspension. I did a video on it, guys. If you haven't seen those videos, go back and watch those vlog day videos because they're nothing but knowledge. Everything I put in those videos are showing you something. They're not like Easter eggs, but all you gotta do is pay a little bit of attention because I don't put anything in those videos that's just fluff. A whole day at the shop, you can learn a lot. Trust and believe you can learn a lot. One day at the shop. Let's see what we got. Oh, Gen 3. Okay, I see what you mean. Gen 3 body, not most of 25. Yeah, okay, I got you. Let me go back. Should get a t-shirt and why am I speaking I'm catching up, guys. I've been trying to get a hoodie for a year. My wife's trying to go on Instagram. No response any other way to get some merch. I'm sorry, man. 2009 Bagger 1. The problem with my merch has been it doesn't last long, and I really have to try and get it and hold it and be able to get it out in certain sizes. Certain sizes fly a lot faster, so right now, just tell me what size you need, and I can tell you if I have it right now, because I only have like 3Xs. All my extra large and larges are gone like in no time locally, so it's kind of hard. But I will try and get you something and put it to the side and try to, and I'm gonna hook you up. Everybody who's here, do like Vernon said, hit the like button. It's only a few guys in here right now, but we're going to keep rocking out anyway because what else we got to do on Sunday night? Ain't no more football going on. Who cares about basketball right now? Tom, what's happening, bro? Let's see what we got. 50 watching, only 13 likes. Come on, guys. Y'all gotta do your thing, okay? New one something a 25 race. Okay, extra large. Yeah, that's one of those sizes, man. I will look and see if I have an extra large that I can get for you. How many do you need? Go ahead and drop all that stuff, drop the information, and then I'll get with you on Instagram right after this, and we'll make it happen. So, a big thing I wanted to talk about today, guys, besides this bike being just way ahead of its time, my new bike, okay? I don't know if you saw my Instagram post today. I took the bike out. You know me, I gotta see how fast it goes. I gotta see every time we change something, I gotta see if it performs better and better and better. And it's the wave of the future. Okay, it's the wave of the future. I don't think it has, you know, conquered the Gen 1s, but it's on its heels. How can I explain it? Easier to ride, right? Easier to ride, I think, for somebody who's not as experienced and, you know, how to make these bikes move and do different things. This bike came out just ready to do all the hood rat things that we all like to do and play around. It already comes ready to do those things, and then you build on it. These, they came for that other style of rider, that old school style of rider, and just gave him a little more creature comforts and smoothness and different things like that. But it did not look for performance at all until we made it a performance bike, you know, and that's why they created this. But since they created it, guys, it cost me half the money. I'm not gonna say it's to go as fast because it's nowhere near, but it costs half the money to go as fast as another bike or the older bike in its ball game. I'm not saying, guys, if you have the Gen 1, this generation bike, get rid of it and grab one of these, unless this bike is already paid off. If your bike's already paid off and you're looking, absolutely. If you're coming from a twin cam, step right over this and go right here. That's if you can. I've been riding this bike all weekend. I finally got a year in with this bike. Hasn't let me down. There's been really no major malfunctions for me. I didn't have the computer problems, the wire harness problems, the water pump problems. I didn't really have any of those problems with this bike. It's been consistent, and I really put this bike through its paces every time I would get on it, and I still do, and just basically looking for something that I could say, this is the weak spot. I haven't found it yet. I haven't found it yet. I'll get back to it in a second. Let's go ahead and let me read some of the comments. If you haven't hit the like button, hit it now. If you haven't grabbed yourself any sticker, go now. Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys this as well. Don't buy one ticket. I have bundles on the giveaway. You have to look at the bundles. If the bundle, let's say for just number's sake, if there's $100 bundle and then you get 200 tickets versus one ticket for 50 bucks. And then you buy two tickets is 100 bucks. That's the same as buying the 250 ticket bundle. So you have to pay attention how many tickets you want. You put it in, and then it'll give you what it costs. So if you see the bundle you want, put how many tickets you want in, and it gives you the bundle. Do that for yourself because I don't want anybody to feel like they got ran over because they did it the wrong way. Do it the right way. Let's see. Mac, bipolar and your black bike is about the same horsepower. Good question. They're not. Bipolar is still more power than my new bike. Yeah, you got to understand this, and this bike is just a faster bike altogether. Not only does it have more horsepower, it's set up a lot different. It's set up to be ridden easier, to be able to grab more throttle faster than you would be able to with this bike. This bike is not set up for much, but just to sit back and ride and, you know, beat traffic and do a few things like that. Bipolar, even if it had equal horsepower, bipolar would still just be that much more of a faster bike because it's controlled. You know, I always call the bike bipolar because we hadn't dialed it in, and anytime I would try and get to the money, what I mean is get it wide open, it would let you think, you know, yeah, you're all right, and then it would just go whap, and then you holding on, trying to figure out what you do wrong. So now that it's tamed, it's really dialed in, everything's right. When you take power, you move power around where it's needed and where it's, you know, not really controllable. We got this bike on the money. I can tell you this, if you win this bike, and I'm not just saying this just to say it, but if you win this bike, you'll probably be one of the fastest guys in your town. Unless you come down here where everybody's bike makes, you know, 200 horsepower. Yeah, of course. You got some riding to do, and you got some room in this bike to go a little bit faster. But at how it's set up right now, it's a very, very, very quick bike. And on top of that, you can ride it anywhere, and it's comfortable. It won't burn you up. It's not, nah, we're not doing that. Remember, it's got a huge oil cooler on it. You know, something that's a little different from most bikes, but you know, when you have a big block, you got to take care of it. Let's get back to some of these questions. Mac, when I went bipolar, can I get the flag behind it? Mark my parking spot in the garage. No, I can't give up. I can't give up the flag because, or the banner, because that's just my part of, you know, that bike's never gonna leave me. This bike has been, like I said, the starting point of the channel, and there's a little something I gotta keep from the bike, but I will give you everything that comes with the bike, like extra saddlebags. You get the tour pack, the full sound system. You get pretty much everything, and guys, you are on carbon fiber wheels. A new painted front fender. You got everything on this bike. You got the custom dynamics here. You got the best of the best with this bike, and super tamed, But you grab a handful, it is what it is. All right, who are going to Daytona in the chat? Group ride to Orlando? Absolutely, we're doing a group ride to Orlando once we get everything together. Probably that Saturday, which should be the 7th or something like that. I'm going to make a few rides, and I'm going to let you guys come out and enjoy the ride with me if you want to come hang out. Because I plan on putting some miles on my bike. I plan on going to a few of the events. Whatever comes my way is kind of like what I'm doing. So that's the big thing for me. I'm in Orlando already, but I haven't met Jordan. You see down the Space Coast before. Not opposed to meeting up. That one guy, 5474. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good one. But I think you might have to meet everybody if you can on the 28th when we do the burn and turn. That's when I know everybody will be in one spot. Come out, meet all the guys. I'll be throwing out the spots we're at. So if you have Instagram, like I said, I'll be able to tell you guys I'm gonna be here for, you know, the next few hours. You know, just come out. What else we got? Question for bipolar. My intent would be to ride it long distance. Would that be good use for it, or would you recommend use for the next owner? So bipolar is a straight shooting bike. It's not set up, and you can if you want, it's not set up to do a lot of curves. So if you're going to get miles, it's perfect. You can let the handlebars go, and that bike's gonna shoot straight every time. It doesn't wobble, it doesn't give you any issues like that because of how planted and how locked in I got the suspension. It's not easy to do. So, you know, for the time and everything that we've put in this bike, I had to have it so you can ride it, enjoy it, but then we drop some tire pressure and it does what it's supposed to do. Remember this, guys, this bike, you know, if you watched it run and it goes, I'm not gonna say a number, but it, you know, triple digits, it has no problem doing triple digits. So if you wanna sit back and ride, I would suggest change out the handlebars, get something that's a little bit more relaxed, and sit there and, you know, you can shoot straight all night long. It's gonna run with anybody's bike out there. Doesn't burn oil, doesn't drip, doesn't leak. It has the best of the best everything. Dark horse crank, you guys already know a lot of the things that are that it takes to make this kind of power and make it reliable. The power can be turned up. You have to get with George and talk to him. That's for you race guys. It's conservative right now, but it's a handful right now. So don't think that you can't, ride it or anything. But yeah, if you twist the throttle, it is what it is. I think someone are going to Daytona. Check out our Dyno Day. Yes, going to Dyno Day. Sam Dufresne, what's happening, baby boy? Sam was up in Palm Bay, Florida. How are you keeping the belt on that black bike? I seen you launching it this weekend. I'm guessing it's best it doesn't have a Shinko on it. Jeremy Fowler. Jeremy, you want to know what's really going on. Okay, I'll tell you. It has a Shinko on it. What you have to do, well, I ain't gonna say that. What I do is I try not to let the clutch go so fast. I don't bang the clutch. I don't let it shock the tire. When you let it shock the tire, that's when you break belts, and that's when you break a lot of the little rivets or the teeth, you could call it, in the belt, and that's what it'll snap the belt at the same time. So if you're watching the video, it's a little longer, and then I let it go, and then I'm starting to let the bike eat. So you have to be careful. It's still on a belt, and I intend to keep it on a belt because that's just what I like. It's so smooth. It's so quiet. It is what it is. But I'm trying to stay away from some of my friends that are trying to push me into turning this into a race bike. I own a race bike already. I don't need another one. But I've always told you, it's a CVO. Most people say, CVOs are for the guys that, he's not doing nothing with that bike. But it's like having a tuxedo. I tell you all the time. You got to be clean some days. You take this bike out. It's for you to clean up, shave, look good for the camera, whatever. But if there is a time where you have to be a hood rat, that bike should be able to stand up for itself and slap the first person that gets in his way. I don't have a bike that I don't feel like, is not gonna be a 10-second bike. All my bikes are 10-second bikes. It is what it is. Now, when I say that, I know a lot of you guys might not know what that means, but that just means they're fast. They're all pretty fast. But, there's always somebody that wants to test how fast they are. Trust me, guys, trust me. Let's see what we got. What tuner are you running on your bikes? Power Vision or Thunder Max? I have ran Thunder Max one time on this bike. Now it is on Power Vision. Both bikes on Power Vision. I'm just a fan of Power Vision. Are you going to Halls Gone Wild in Reynolds, Georgia? That remains a question that I can't answer right now. Some things have to go right for me to make it. Same question as Jeremy. I seen your whole shot. What rubber you running or you suggest in the rear? It's all, for me, to make a bike hook, you have to use something that's super soft. I won't tell you one's better than the other, but we run a Shinko Stealth. It's a little less aggressive than the Shinko hookups. This ain't a secret, guys. But if you do run tires like that, prepare for them to eat up quick. They ride like shit. I don't like to sugarcoat it for you. They ride like shit. They won't let you turn. And, they don't even hold air that great. But if you need them to get sticky, they get sticky. Now, the Stealth is a little less aggressive, which you can kind of deal with on the highway and around turns. Won't make you have such a crazy wobble. Remember, sometimes the tire grabs so much and it makes the bike do this motion. Feels like you're on a boat. So you have to be careful with those. I know a lot of the guys, I think they're called Q4s, the Q4 Max or something like that. Another tire that gets sticky as soon as you burn it a little bit and it's ready to rock and roll. But you have to be careful with those tires. They don't like rain, and you'll be changing them every couple months. They don't last long. What else we got? What that Road King gonna do though? You sit beside it and see what it does. What else we got? Any gearing or belt change to the ST? If so, what's the drawbacks? Let's top in. All right, so ST already comes with different gearing, a lot more aggressive than your standards and your normal CVOs. So you take this bike out, and it's gonna run higher RPMs on the highway. Either you can deal with it, or you can change your gearing. I have not changed my gearing. I'm probably gonna stick with what I have just because it takes me less power to do a little bit more. It just came from the factory that way. And you know, that's for the guys that do curves and come out of corners. You know, they wanna pin it outside of a corner, and it just helps with some acceleration. But for the highway, it's not great. You're gonna be at 3,500, 4,000 RPMs, and that bike's gonna be singing. I'm gonna tell you guys something. That damn Thunderheader, that damn Chromeworks Outlaw is loud now. It's like super loud. And I took out the, it's not a baffle, the reducer. Took the reducer cone out of it, and it's extremely loud. I think the bike is breathing better. You only really want to use those reducer cones if you got a stock motor or maybe even a stage 2, you know, to give the bike some more back pressure. But I didn't know this exhaust was going to be as good as it's really coming on to be right now. It sounds like it's hanging on for dear life, though. I tell you guys that all the time. I feel like just a little bit more power, and that motherfucker ain't gonna give you no more horsepower. It's giving up. But I like the pipe. It looks good, sounds pretty good, has a raspy note at the end, and especially if you're on the highway, I see why some people put plugs in their ears with certain exhausts. That's probably going to be one of them. Don't know if you have talked about the side lights on the table. What's the info on them? They are for sale. Everything on this table is for sale. I got a set of handlebars that came off my Road King. I got this is a 17-inch front wheel. It's a Prodigy wheel. And this is the LP6. Came off my Road King, so you can put this on the Street Glide. Comes complete with everything. Put together by All-American-Cycles. You know how I do. S1 lights with the brackets, and it's gonna come with the wire harness and everything for these as well. I had to buy a wire harness separate. The damn wire harness I think was like 300 bucks, and I had to get it like in a hurry. So I ain't giving it away, but I'm doing a good deal on it. If you have Instagram, hit me on Instagram. I can get these to you for you. So Street Glide and Road King, that's what this is for. If you're one of those guys that are doing a 4-piece setup on a Road Glide, this also works. You just have to change out and put your own brackets in there. It's up to you guys. But for the price that this is gonna be going for, it only makes sense. I'm offering it to you guys. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Make sure it looks right. Offering it to you guys, so if you want the chance to get them, you can get it. All right, that ain't gonna stay like that. So, what else we got? Why are you running a Thunderheader and not an All-American Cycle pipe? Just wondering. I'll answer that in a second. The AAC pipe needs a different size exhaust ports. So this is the thing about that. I wouldn't want to run that pipe on a bike that this is just me, am riding for long distance. Can you do it? Absolutely. I don't. I like to have a little bit more heat shield. That pipe is what it's for. Getting down the road fast. So that's why I run a Thunderheader on this bike, because a little bit more comfortable, a little less heat, blowing all over the place. What else we got? Touch 556, where you been at, brother? Where you been at? Hey, whoever just bought some tickets for the giveaway, I appreciate it. We are really trying to get this bike given away by Daytona. I'm gonna say by Daytona because if it does not reach where we needed to go, we're gonna have to extend it. Do you have to be in Daytona to receive this bike or to win this bike? Absolutely not. So you don't have to ask. No, you do not need to be in Daytona. I will figure out a way for you to get this bike. If you win it, I promise you, this is probably the most fair raffle that I've ever seen. I've seen so many giveaways on like Instagram and stuff, and they just all seem so fake. They all seem so fake. You know nothing about the car or the bike that they're giving away, and they're just like, here, hey, somebody come win it. That's, no. This bike has history. You guys seen it. And not to mention, if you are the winner of this bike, we will do a video. I'm going to show you everything that I haven't shown anybody on this bike. But, you know, I'm hoping it's one of you guys that really win it versus somebody who's just like, oh, what's this? And, you know, entered the giveaway. Is yours the Thunderheader X? I don't believe so. This is like 3-4 years old, so I don't know what the Thunderheader X is. David Fowler, he said, hey, Mac, hopefully I will be down that way first or second week of March to get that sauce. If I let you know, would you be able to make a trip down to the shop and meet maybe a steak? Hey, you buying steak? Absolutely, I'll be there. Yeah, I'll probably be able to get down there to you. Just let me know in advance. Hold on, guys. Yeah, let me know in advance and give me like a couple days notice so I can kind of make sure my schedule's gonna work, and I'll get over there and see what you got going on. And you know what, guys, I've been doing this, especially if you got a build that's gonna take a couple of days. I did this already a few times. If you have a build that's gonna take a couple of days, I'll pop in, and with permission from, of course, from you, I'll get a little video. I'll get a little video the next day. You know, you guys probably didn't pay any attention, but I did that in the last video of the white CVO ST. Me and him had already talked. He said, hey, it's pretty much an open book now. We got in there. He was there one day. I came the next day, got video, and then we collabed the next day when it was ready to rock and roll. And that's just how it works. Especially if the guys, you know, you have something that's interesting, man. And I feel like this. The 135 is an interesting build. Yeah, it's an interesting build. And I say that because the best bang for the buck by far is the 135. And especially if you have a CVO already, it's only a top end kit. Best bang for the buck by far. If you want something more, yeah, you're gonna spend a little bit more and, you know, be faster than us, but who cares? You know, we're getting something here, man, that, you know, I've seen on turbo bikes, you know, putting down stupid horsepower. Now, I want to have this conversation, but I don't want to have this conversation. Hold on. Let me read something real quick. Angel Sierra says, please tell everyone again how you enter the raffle. Okay, so if you go to my page, either on Instagram or here on YouTube, go to where you see my name at, go to like my beginning page, and you'll see it says a link. You click that link, and then when you click that link, it sends you to the website, and then you enter that way. If you do hit me on Instagram and you can't find it, I can actually send you the link. Every video, these last few videos, go through the comment section. I pinned the link in the comment section. You can go and click it there, and it'll take you to the giveaway page. Hold on, guys. I'm getting to you. Do you do Cafe 27 on Thursdays? I do occasionally. I mean, it's rare for me because I work early in the morning, and those Cafe 27 days are actually nights. So, you know, it could be a long night. Those guys stay out there and they hang out and have fun. But I will be at the one where we're gonna do probably right before Daytona. Let me see what else we got. I'm not skipping anybody, am I? Now, what do you recommend for somebody with a 107 motor from George, just the stage 2? What do you recommend for somebody with a 107 motor from George? just a stage 2. I don't understand what you're trying to say. But if you're saying you have a 107 motor, should you only do a stage 2, or you already have a stage 2? Either way, I've seen a lot of guys do a 124 out of there. Just depends on your budget, man. I mean, it's a 107, so stage 2 will get you around 115 horsepower because it's a 107. You know, he might be able to squeeze out 120. But, you know, like I said, hey, there's no replacement for displacement. So if you feel like, you know, the stage 2s is not enough, then go ahead and jump to at least a 124 or something like that. You need just reliability, guys. You need reliability. What else we got? Hold on. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody. Oh, yeah, it's going to take 3 days for my motor build. Hey, show me another shop that can do a motor build in 3 days. I'll wait. Show me a shop that's going to do a motor build for you in 3 days and it's going to be reliable. I don't like to talk horsepower anymore because horsepower just basically sells for YouTube. Like, it doesn't get anybody anywhere by me telling you this bike makes 150 horsepower, this bike makes 180 horsepower. Doesn't get you anywhere. The guys that don't make that type of power bash people who say, hey, this bike made this type of power. So that's not even a question anymore. So then I can say, well, you know, I run this time in 1/8 of a mile, and I run this time in 1/4 of a mile. That's when all the conversation kind of stops. I say, hey, I ride this bike every day if I wanted to. I can ride it anywhere I wanted. I ride it to work if I wanted to. And then that conversation kind of stops. I sit up here and I look at these guys that, you know, the only horsepower they talk about is stage 2 horsepower. You know, that's where they feel like, oh, well, it makes it. But now the conversation is relevant because you make hell of a stage 2 horsepower. Hey, listen, if we're talking stage 2s, we're not talking serious horsepower, guys. We're talking just something we can get on it, ride it, and enjoy it. But what I have noticed, you know, this is just what I've noticed, all those guys that usually do all that talking, they never show how those bikes actually perform. They get on a dyno, made 125 horsepower. And now what? I've shown you what I've done on a low horsepower bike. I'm showing you mid horsepower bike, high horsepower bike. All those bikes still live. All those bikes run pump fuel. I don't know what else to say anymore. I don't think the competition, I'm not adding, you know, insult to injury, but I don't think the competition understands that I'm just not talking about horsepower. Like I told you guys before, that bike makes 180 horsepower, right? For me to say it makes 180 horsepower is like, all right, guys, well, how long is it going to last? Well, I got almost 5,000 miles on the bike, but they're probably way rougher miles than you could probably ever put on your motorcycles. You know, even with your stage 2, and I'm ranting right now because I'm just seeing this video in my head. And you know, we see these guys, you know, say all these different things, and we know who they're shooting at. We know who they're trying to bash, and you know, we know all those things, but we don't say nothing. We hold back and we just let them, you know, we let them be. But sometimes being Mr. Nice Guy ain't where it's at. All American gets bikes from everywhere, okay? You can come in there tomorrow. Mind you, I haven't been in the shop, but you can go there tomorrow, and I can guarantee you, you'll see at least 5 bikes with out-of-state tags. We're in the bottom of Florida. This is almost as far as you can get. You can't get any further than where we're at. And I'm not just saying this because, you know, I love the shop or anything like that. I'm just telling you straight, honest truth. I've seen bikes come from every shop. I don't get into people's business. They volunteer information. Now, I've seen it happen, And at the end of the day, the fact that we still don't say anything bad about anybody, but everybody else turns right around and bashes everything that we talk about. Guys, enough is enough. It's 2026. It's 2026. You know, there are other good shops out there. And those shops don't talk about how much their stage twos can make and how they get out there and they race their bikes, and we're showing you in that way. Now, not that that proves the biggest point of all, but I believe racing miles are way rougher than I get on the highway and every hour and a half I pull off and go get some gas and get back on the highway and I'm running 80 again. And then, no. That's what they're built for. But what they're not built for is to live on the rev limiter. I'm done with that rant, moving right along. All right, what do we got? OfficialMac on bipolar is at a 200. So smooth 8250. We've had this talk a few times. I'm trying to figure out what wheel you want for your bike. Tell me this. Tell me what wheel you want and what are you looking for out of the bike. Remember, it's about the tire more than it's about the wheel size. Yes, certain wheels can fit certain rims, fit certain tires and everything like that, but you got to give me more so I can help you make your decision on what rear wheel you want to run, because I think that's your question. And you good people, because me and you, I tried to help you out the last time with this. Listen, I don't forget much. I don't, guys. I don't forget much. Free Rider 6441, what's happening, brother? That's what David Fowler says, that's what I told George. Everyday rider, long trips, mainly 2-up, and a big motor. What year is that bike, David? 10-hour drive for me. I get it, man. We're not close. I'm just lucky enough to have him, you know, maybe 30 minutes away, you know what I mean? So, and I always wanted to be the testament for getting a bike built from that shop, because I just knew, man, listen, I've been building bikes before I had Harleys, all kind of race bikes, just street bikes, cars, and we all know it's hard to find a good mechanic. And even if he's good, he usually is not friendly. And if he's friendly, he's not as good as you're looking for. You know, you tend to run into those problems. But when you feel like you've been treated right, you keep going back, right? Now, not only that you get treated right, is that the product came out right, and it's like, all right, yeah, you know, there's no going anywhere else. I know a lot of guys who have two mechanics. They have one mechanic that builds a motor, and they have another mechanic that does all the rest of their stuff. I get that. Not that I'm saying that you should do that, but I get it. You know, George is far away. Just be careful. You know, only let your other mechanic touch certain things. That's it. And you'll be fine. They follow 22 limited road glide. Okay. Yeah, you'll have something that you're gonna like. I don't know what you're getting. I don't know how big you're going. I don't think you probably want to share that information, but if you do, go right ahead. You will have what you need. And he gives everybody, you know, that I want to call it a wow factor. I know you can do this with Harleys. That's usually the conversation. I have a buddy that always said, you know, he got into Harleys to slow down. He was an old sport bike guy. And he's like, man, I got into Harleys to slow down until I met you. Man, I mean, I like the fun of the bikes, man. I don't care what it is. I got like 3, 4 e-bikes over here, man. You know, I like to have fun with all my stuff. Hold on, I'll show you. There goes one. There go one of my big dogs. You know, we like to have fun on these things. I don't know if you guys can see it, but yeah. You know, so no matter what I get on, I'm gonna make it go fast and I'm gonna race it. I'm gonna do all those other crazy things. I got a couple more over there. You know, we got all this stuff to enjoy it. So why not? Why not go fast on a Harley? Guys, get your questions in now. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. Don't forget, guys, for sale. All right. If you haven't hit the like button, go here right now. I'll stop talking for a second so you can go and hit the like button. All right, you got it. So 17-inch front wheel if you need one. This is a Prodigy, brand new. If you are building a race bike or you're thinking about building a race bike and you need a platform, it's the perfect wheel to put on there. It's an inner hub wheel as well. Get better braking system on there. I have Baja design lights that came out of my personal bike on LP6 and 2 S1 lights. I will let them go for a good price for you guys. Just hit me on Instagram. I got a pair of bars that came off my Road King as well. They are 18-inch pullbacks, mini pullbacks. And any other size bars you need, I can get them for you for whatever bike. I got a pair of, what are they? For street glide, mini pullbacks, new bikes. You know, I got all that stuff. So if you need it. If you haven't gotten a sticker or your tickets, get them now. Your sticker, if you haven't received your sticker, it should be coming out, be getting to you. It has to be there already. If you were one of the first original batch, I just sent out my second batch. If you haven't, get with me on Instagram. I will get with you as well. What else we got? When the guys from AMC Shop went to Cali, looks like they didn't get a chance to really race due to the weather. Any plans to go back out there? Absolutely not. Let me say something. I wasn't even there, but I do know the roads out there look horrible, man. I wouldn't run my bike down there. It's just me. You got to take me to a road where I don't have to worry about potholes and manhole covers. Sorry, no disrespect. You guys know the difference. You come to Florida, the roads look like they're the yellow brick road. We have great roads here. Georgia, yeah, they got a couple good roads, but they got a lot of hills over here too. So my next stop has to be Memphis this year. I have to go check it out. But yeah, I don't think nobody's going back over there. That's too far. Thoughts on T-bars on a road glide? Now, different strokes for different folks. Not my style. Just not my style, not personally. Aggressive, absolutely. Lean back comfort, absolutely not. If you're a guy that doesn't run a backrest, if you don't run a, you don't want your bars a little closer to you so you can relax, get your set of T-bars. Very expensive, especially for the setups I've seen. I just saw a setup that this guy actually had. His riser was, it was carbon fiber on the outside. Of course, it was, metal in the middle. But look, man, you're paying a lot of money for that stuff. That's a lot, And to not be comfortable on, these expensive bikes. You got to do a lot to make them comfortable. And I ain't gonna lie, I got on. If you watch the video, a guy named Carlos, he had a Raven Fade. Wasn't bad. I couldn't do it for hours, but to set up the street ride and rip around, perfect. Just not my style. What else we got? Not outside. I have a thrash and rise on T-bars on 25. Very easy. So many combos you want. Yep. So many combinations, but too much money for me. I heard 24/7 Crew has a lowrider ST that George is doing for him. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I've had my lowrider ST for a year. Now I have a 2-in-1 pipe and tune. Okay. That's the Cali style. Laugh out loud. I got a backrest and a Kraus. Okay. Yeah, I don't know too much about what he has going on with his bike, or I don't know. So many bikes come in and out of there, and I don't pry, so I don't really know. But if he has something that George built, it should be a champ. And have I ridden a low rider? I don't think I've ever ridden a low rider. I might ride one. I'm gonna be riding a few different bikes when we're in Daytona. I just got some confirmation on that the other day, just in case you see me and I'm not on this. I'm gonna be on something else. I ain't gonna tell you guys when I'm gonna be riding, but I put in special requests for what I wanted to ride, and they're like, no problem. If you guys remember a couple years ago, I got a chance to test ride the ST, and I was dogging it. I was testing it. I was really riding it. So, hey, I'm gonna try it again. What else we got? Put the original Garage Moto 2-inch pullback upper clamp and T-bar suite, can lay back. Okay. I ride all the time, state to state, from PA to Florida, with Crowdwood's T-bar setup and the Max Lean floorboards, no backrest. Right on Tuesday. When are you going to be in Daytona? I would like to meet up. Guys, please, 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 if you don't already, get my Instagram. It's the Real Official Mac. Follow me, okay? I will be posting everywhere I'm going to be at in Daytona. All the rides I'm going to do in Daytona. I will try to keep you guys posted on that. But guys, if I said I don't like T-bars, don't get offended. It's not that I don't like them, it's that they're not comfortable for the riding style that I have. Let me show you. This is how I like to ride my bike. I can't help that. I like to kind of be comfortable and sit back and relax. Is it the most safe way to ride? Probably not. Probably not. But you got to have some riding, some years under your belt to actually even get out there and get on a bike with bars that sit back a little bit. Now, my bars don't sit crazy far back or crazy low. They're still right here. Kind of easy to control. Makes the bike wheelie, though. I think that's probably half my battle. That bike wheelies all over the fucking place. All right, Killer Cam Ram Air in the house. Yes, sir. I gotta keep the secret, man. I gotta keep the secret. Uh-oh, we had a little glitch. Okay. What else we got? Before we get out of here, I don't want to miss anybody's questions or comments. We got 82 people in here, and I hope you guys have hit the like button. Even if you're lurking in the background and you want to keep seeing and hearing my information, hit the like button. Let's make this thing grow. It's 2026. We got to see big numbers this year. We're giving out free game over here. I'm pretty sure that this is probably the livest live on Sunday nights for Harley guys. Yeah, I believe it is. I'm a one-man show. You see how I do it every Sunday. I will be here. As long as you guys are here, I will be here. Football season's over, so we're back at it. Guys, don't forget, get yourself some tickets. You want these wheels? You want these lights? Anything you see on this bike, ask me. I'll give you the information. You guys have, he is the man at home going wild. Hey, so somebody just commented, they said, Jason Broski said he's the man at Hall's Gone Wild. Listen, all those guys are fast. You can't take anything from him. He's a builder out in Michigan, I believe. You can't take anything from these guys. When these guys come to compete, it just shows you who really is the baddest of the bad. If you don't see some of these guys that claim to be the best builders or be good at what they're doing, they don't have bikes that you can see out on the streets. And I ain't talking about just racing. I'm not talking about just racing. That's for these other guys. But if you don't see those bikes that are out on the street, how can somebody believe that you do as good a job as you say you do? I don't think it's a big competition when you're not close to where all these other builders are, but at the same time, you kind of gotta put some bikes out there. But that's just my opinion. Let's show that. Okay. But guys, I appreciate you for watching, joining. Please subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Come join every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. The best live on YouTube. You know what? If you're a YouTuber, remember, go ahead and always comment, shout yourself out. I will shout you out. That's the only way for us to get to know each other. I usually have no problem with, trash talk in the chat, but we got to be respectful every time. And we always usually have a good group. So until next time,